Here we are at Deep Lake Campground. There is nobody here. Nobody. This is fantastic. It was supposed to rain all afternoon. It says it's supposed to now clear up, and this may be the best campsite in this whole place. I mean, this is gorgeous. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, I couldn't have asked for anything better. Not for $13 at any rate. But I just had to say something because I'm here and this is awesome. Hopefully there's some fish in these lakes. That's the hope. Almost looks like you can get down there from here. I don't know if I want to try, but supposedly there's a fishing pier. There's a bunch of lakes around. Oh, I'm feeling good. This is a good day. This here is Deep Lake. Being a little quiet because there are a number of people around. Someone's out here pulling out little bluegills, and he said a couple of small bass, but I'm not having any luck on that. There are a lot of lakes here though, so I think I'll go try one of those. By the way, the campground is all the way back up on top of that hill. Had to come a long way down here, but I think we'll go exploring because it's now 1:40, and with this cloud cover I'm not going to have as much daylight. So I talked to the dude who's standing by the boat launch. I said, hey, is there a spot to fish? He said, yeah, walk up the road a little bit. There are a number of little spots you can get down the lake at. He said there was one with a bunch of logs that he had caught some bass out of. So I was hoping to be able to find that. I also don't want to sink into the mud. This is right around the corner, so I don't know. There's this little spot. Hopefully I don't go into the mud. Oh no, it's okay. Well, real shallow right here, but we'll cast out there a little bit. See if we can't find anything. The rain's slowing down. Hey, I'll turn back on if anything interesting happens. Oh, I wasn't paying attention and I got a hit. Actually, straight down there is where I just was. And I got a couple of hits, 2 hits specifically, right around some lilies. And here I was right up next to the shore and man, something hit it. I don't know if it was a bass, but something surely wanted it. I've seen a couple little, not jumps, but I don't know what to call them. Anyways, ripples, I guess, where I've seen some fish darting around. So hopefully, I'm starting to wonder if the guy I talked to is still right down there by the boat launch. I kind of wonder if he was like, oh yeah, go around the corner. Yeah, don't fish here. On the other hand, I haven't seen him pull any fish out of the bait yet, so hopefully either he was being honest or he's being unlucky. Because this is the closest I've gotten to fish in weeks. There, oh, another hit. There's definitely something in here. Well, so I moved on down the way a little bit, casted in some lily pads, got a big ol' hit, and got hung up in the lilies. So I'll tell you what, there's definitely a bass in this lake. Not only is there a bass, there's now also a bass with a red hook in its mouth, tethered to a lily pad. So there's that. are at Payne Lake, P-A-Y-N-E, mostly private. There's some boats out there, you can't see them, but there's no access to the lake by foot except by this little step right here, which doesn't look all that great, and there's a bunch of bushes down there. Yeah, so I'm skipping Payne Lake. I got 6 lakes to visit. This is the first one in the next 3 hours. So in 3 hours it'll be 7 o'clock. By 7 I want to be back at Deep Lake. I think that lake has promise. But I just want to hit it at a different time of day. And then by 8 o'clock I want to be back at camp, setting up tent, making a fire, all that stuff, because it'll be dark by 9 with this super overcast sky. So, this lake's a bust. Oh well. Here we are at Chief Noonday Lake. Apparently he was the chief of the region, so saith the brochure. But, bad news is, again, no shore fishing. No, this is all swamp. It looks like it might be decent. I mean, well, it's definitely shallow. I'll tell you that. Definitely shallow. Had a little boat, man. I'd make a try of this. Oh well. That's 2 down. Next up is Baker's Lake, which is a little ways up the road, and this is going pretty fast because now it's only 4:50 and we already hit 2 lakes. Oh, so here we are at Long Lake. Baker Lake. I didn't bother getting the camera out for it because there was no shore fishing, much like this lake. McDonald Lake I couldn't find, and oh, look at all the minnows. Look at them all. Huh. One other lake, the name of which escapes me right at the moment. That looked promising. What was that? And one other lake, the name of which escapes me at the moment, was no shore fishing either, so I just skipped it. What the heck is that? Something's after these minnows. There goes a school. Ah, there he is. Little bass. Itty bitty bass. Right there. Little bitty bass. Yep. So that's what that is. I see the stripes. So here's all the minnows. There's the itty bitty bass feeding on the minnows. Hopefully that means there's some bigger bass. I just can't really cast from here, but I see some logs over there. Man, I wish I could. I don't know. I'll look around. This lake looks decent. Oh man, I'm hearing fish jump now. Oh. Yep. Alright, so I'm back on Hall Lake. I made a stop. I went and got some crawlers. That seems to be what everyone is using, and I appear to be the only person not catching anything. So, went and got some crawlers. I was going to open up the box and say, oh, look how awesome these crawlers are. They're so lively and they're in it to win it and blah, blah, blah. And then, thinking around with that, I dropped half the worms into the back of my car, and that was fun. So, my idea is to get past these lilies. Oh man, I couldn't ask for anything better than that. Hopefully it's deep enough. The only thing, doesn't look like it is. Looks like I'm going to be sitting on the bottom out there. Dang it all. Well, now I got to get back in past these darn lilies. Oh, wait a minute, no. Well, anyways. I'm going to lose this bobber, and I think it's the only bobber I brought. Oh my god. This might be my only bobber. And it's going to be a matter of whether or not I want to go in the water to get it. I don't mind losing the worm. I don't mind losing the hook. I don't want to lose the bobber. Oh man, I'm going to get it out. Ooh, baby. Okay, so we're not doing that again. I might have lost my worm. Might have to go worm up again. Nope. Still got my worm. So that's what I'm saying. And it's winning. Although someone took a chunk out of my worm. Took the head chunk out of my worm. I thought something did. Well, let's give that another go. Not gonna go quite into the lilies. I'm gonna go this direction to lilies. Still some there. Let's try this. See if we can't get a good hit. There we go. Beauty. Well, good news is there are fish in this lake, because I just caught one, I think. Or I'm snagged. Or it could be both. Hell, I don't know. Well, scratch that. I just went down to a smaller size hook, rewormed, and look at that. The problem is I'm reaching, I've stopped what I was doing, i.e. reeling in the fish, in order to turn the camera back on. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to leave the darn camera on, and if I need to, then I will cut out some footage. Well, I just packed up my pole. Anyways, I'm heading back to the car. I'm getting a little concerned about the amount of daylight I'm going to have, because in here it's already getting kind of dim, and I got some trees around my campsite. And out here it's definitely cloudy. It looks like it could rain again at any second. Although, I don't know. So, I mean, it's only 6:15, 6:20. So, since I'm still at Hall Lake, apparently this trail goes most of the way around the lake. It's actually a mountain biking trail. Saw some kids biking on it. Maybe tomorrow. We shall see. I don't know how long I'm going to stay tomorrow, but I'm going to head back to the car. I'm going to get myself back to Deep Lake. I want to go back to that pier, especially now that I got worms. And then I'm going to head back to camp. Still got to set up my tent, still got to make a fire, still got to cook food, eat it. Worst case scenario, I eat cold chili. Oh well. That's a nice bass. At the expense of looking like an idiot, I have put my head cam on. A lot more people have showed up since I got here. Those guys in particular with their 2 kids. So that's why I've been putting it on. But got the site set up, so here's my tent. It's basically a cot with a tent on top, and I like it. I'm making dinner, which is vegetarian chili. It's hard to read, but that's what that is. I had gone back to the pier at Deep Lake, and there were a lot of people there, because there are a lot more people here now. And I had the right idea, which was to fish right at sunset, which is hard to tell. It might be right now, I don't know, because now it is 8:30. And man, man, they caught a couple of big bass, and I was just like, oh man, come on. And they wouldn't leave, so I was like, fine, I'm done. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get up early tomorrow, and I'm going to go back down there, I think. I said it might rain yet tonight, so we'll see. We're going to set up the best we can be. But it's time to eat food. I'm going to put another log on the fire. I'll probably see you in the morning. Good morning. I am packing up camp. Well, I'm eating breakfast and I'm packing up camp. But I got beans for breakfast. I'm getting my tent packed away. That air mattress, while comfy, it's not holding a lot of air. Twice last night I pumped it back up. And by pumped it back up, I mean I blew into it because I didn't feel like getting the pump back out, starting up my car, dragging my mattress over to the car, and blowing it back up. Especially when it was 3 in the morning. I don't think people would be all that appreciative. So, I'm going to have to figure out what's up with that. I don't know if I just didn't have it sealed right or what. Because it wasn't until the second time that I really wrenched down on that seal. But, so, I'm going to eat my breakfast. I'm going to tear down camp. Then I'm going to go and go back down to the pier. I'd like to do some more fishing. If anything interesting happens, or if I think anything, I'll turn the camera back on. Okay, so I'm about to go down to the fishing pier, but there are 2 guys that are on it, so I wanted to do this here. I wanted to take a minute and go over the map. Now, I've already made a legend, as you can see. This is mostly for my own reference. Now, we are right here. That's where we're at. Okay. Deep lake, and it is deep too, by the way. I don't know how deep it gets out there, but man, by the shore it drops off past 6-10 feet real quick. And by the way, we were staying up here. That's where the campsite was, and that's where we're at now. But I did some traveling around. This one actually has a legend. That's a pretty good one, although there are some points to note. Okay, so this is I forget the name of this road. Anyways. So this is the main road. So yesterday I'd fished here. I came up and I wanted to go down here and just kind of around and whatnot. And you go down here. This is the pier, and all this stuff up here is private, as you can tell. This shaded area is public. Once you go past between these 2 lakes, and this one, by the way, is not marked. This becomes do not travel. This is not good because the solid line is paved, and all of the paved roads are fine. I didn't go down this road, but I saw it. It's fine. So on the motor. Gravel roads, these ones, I didn't go down here, we'll get to that later. Gravel roads are hard-packed dirt. That's what gravel actually means. Dirt roads are God help you. That's what they are. I mean, this part that says it was a gravel road and then says it's a dirt road, I don't know where the dirt road portion of this is. I'm not even positive. But this was bad. This little square right here, there's a house right there. And immediately afterwards, it goes up a huge hill, and it's a 2-track, and it's bad. I didn't even try. And by the way, someone asked me last time, they said, what do you qualify as a 2-track? And I said, well, if there's grass growing in the middle of the road, then that's a 2-track to me. But this was bad. Now, so I had gone up here, I came down, I couldn't get down this road, because it was, man, if I had a 4-wheel drive car with a lift kit, I might try. I might go, yeah, let's go down there. My Jeep, I'm not doing it. So anyways, I came back down this way. Be real careful on this road. It goes from 40 in here to 30 really quick, and then you start hitting KA bands. There are cops sitting on this road, because this part is all private. So I went down here. Went down this road thinking it was here, and there's a little tiny bar right here that is a total dive. Did not go in, do not intend to. But then I came down here, and the pier is right here, in this little channel. It sucks. It sucks. It's a sucky channel. The pier does not go very far. It sucks. Anyways, then I came up here, and there's a whole bunch of stuff right here. There's a store right here. There's a store here. There's a pizza place. There's a really good bar here called the Sandbar. Did not go in, but it looks nice. So anyways, I came up here to Pain Lake. Now, Pain Lake is mostly private. It's got a big old sign that says this is patrolled by the county sheriff's department, and you need a boat. There's no way to get to this lake just by foot. So don't worry about that lake. So then I came up. No, I didn't. Actually, I came back down this way, and then I came up. I went to Chief Noonday Lake. I wrote down Noonday Lake, no shore fishing, but it looks okay because this is all public. That one looked okay. And I came up, and I went down to here, and I came down to Baker Lake. Now, I drew this in here. There's a place right here. There's a little farm that says Engels, E-N-G-E-L-S. And I think it's missing letters. But that's how you know where to turn. Because there's no stop sign here. And from the way the map looks, it makes it look like this road doesn't continue. But it does. All these other ones have, like, so to show you, oh, these roads go places. This one, it continues. Anyways, you come down here. Baker Lake is not marked. So, I don't know. You got to be careful of that, though. There's no shore. I didn't bother to go check the lake. But now looking at the map, seeing in this little area back in here, it might be decent. But anyways, I came down here, I went here, and that's where I figured out I couldn't get to McDonald Lake because I wasn't going to try, so I have no idea. And then I tried to get here to Williams Lake. This is not marked, just like Baker Lake is not marked. And I actually couldn't find it. I went down, I went back, went down, and I couldn't find it, so I just gave up. And I came down here to Long Lake. Long Lake, again, has no shore fishing, but this looks great. This, I would definitely go back here if I had a boat. A small boat, you could easily get around in here. Even a kayak, you could get around in this. But then anyway, so I came back, I hit Hall Lake. Actually, Hall Lake was where we were at earlier. I was thinking of walking around, but I didn't. And anyways, I came back here and I checked in with the DNR. DNR said if you really walk up this trail, on the north side of the lake, that's where people do a lot of fishing. It's up in there. Where I was standing, there was a guy who was there the first time I was at Hall Lake, and then like 3 hours later when I came back, he was still sitting in the same spot in the middle of the lake, just off one of these islands. So he apparently knew what he was doing. But, so the map's not bad, all things considered. Like I said, paved roads good, dirt roads for the most part gravel roads means mostly dirt, except this one. And anything that's an open line, don't even. Just don't.